On the NBN Co, the Minister for Communications, Mitch Fifield, said that he was informed of the leaks that they were going to be investigated. You're one of the shareholder ministers for NBN Co, but I gather he didn't tell you about this?
Well, I've got to firstly correct some errors that were made in your introduction earlier when Lenore suggested that Senator Fifield was aware of the raids. That is certainly before they happened, and that is certainly not correct.
No, where is the investigation?
It is true that Senator Fifield, as the portfolio minister for communications, was made aware, obviously, of the complaint and was also made aware of the referral to the AFP. He did not request the referral. He did not instruct the NBN to make the referral, but he was aware of it. Now, I mean, we've got to remind ourselves, I mean, this whole conversation is actually quite a red herring from what this is actually about. This is about the ongoing theft of intellectual property from a business in which the Australian taxpayers have billions of dollars invested, which was causing harm to that business. And if that was any other business, if that was BHP or Telstra or Optus, they wouldn't go to their shareholders to ask them for instructions. They would, at the management or board level, make relevant decisions, and that is, of course, exactly what happened here, and that is appropriate.
You're calling it ongoing theft of documents. As I understand it, Senator Stephen Conroy tried to table some of this material in the Senate.
Well, it is very interesting that you should say. Well, it's very interesting that you should say that. If Labor and Stephen Conroy was genuinely interested in disclosure, why are they so desperate to keep the seized documents away from the Australian Federal Police, who are investigating what the NBN has described as ongoing intellectual property theft, which of course is causing harm to their business? And the police commissioner the other day himself said that they believe that there was ongoing offending going on. Now, for those who suggest that the AFP shouldn't have taken action independently according to their own judgments because we had an election going on, what they really are suggesting is that ongoing offending should have been, in the face of evidence of ongoing offending, that the AFP should have made a political decision not to take action when, in their judgment, action was warranted.
But you say it's commercial in confidence material, but Labor would argue it's all in the public interest.
Well, but if it is in the public interest, why is Bill Shorten and Labor and Stephen Conroy so desperate to keep that information secret and under wrap, which is exactly what they're doing by putting a claim of parliamentary privilege over it, to keep it secret until after the election? Why is Bill Shorten and the Labor Party not fully cooperating with police in relation to this investigation? I mean, that is the question that Bill Shorten really has to answer. What is Labor hiding here? I mean, if they're interested in disclosure, why not just put it all out there?
But what are you asking them to do?
Well, what I'm suggesting they should do is to fully cooperate with the independent
but in what way are they not cooperating?
Well, they are putting the documents that were seized under wrap and seal as claiming parliamentary privilege, preventing the Australian Federal Police from properly conducting their investigation. I mean, if they have nothing to hide, why are they taking that course of action?
Now, you first heard about the raid while you were being interviewed on 7:30.
That's right.
The Justice Minister was told about this at about 4:10 that day, so it was starting to get around government circles that the raid was taking place. It became a news event before 7:30. How is it that you didn't know, given that you're the campaign spokesperson?
Well, I didn't know. So, I mean, I don't think that I needed to know. I certainly don't believe that I needed to be told that there was a raid going on.
But you're just about to go in and do a major television interview. You're the campaign spokesperson, and nobody told you about this big breaking news event. Does that suggest a lack of communication within the organisation?
Not at all. I'm not in any way concerned. I mean, the AFP was doing its job. Independently from any political interference, the AFP was doing its job as they should, and I didn't have any expectation at all that I should be, informed in an accelerated basis of the fact that there was an AFP operation going on.
There seems to be, though, a degree of sensitivity on the Prime Minister's part about this whole issue around NBN Co. Clive Palmer has tweeted, and he sent me a text this morning saying that in 2014, Malcolm Turnbull approached him and said that he wanted Stephen Conroy off the committee, and he offered him the chairmanship to bring that about. He said he was worried about the Senate committee questioning the CEO of NBN Co. Is there a particular sensitivity around this issue?
No, there is no particular sensitivity. I mean, the NBN Co is much more transparent these days than what they ever were under Labor. And you've got to remember, we inherited a project that was in a complete mess. We put in a better board, we put in better management, and the NBN Co is now meeting, all of its targets. They are reporting, on a weekly basis on the progress that they're making. And of course, we inherited a project in very bad shape from Labor, and we are now making it a reality. And we're doing it according to our plans. Those plans are out in the public domain, and NBN reports regularly and openly and transparently on their performance.